it's a weird name. It's Outhuijse.
Outhuijse. So, could you maybe introduce yourself and yeah.
Yes, sure. I'm Daniel, or Daniel if you want to do it in English. I'm 39, slightly older than you guys. I've studied Media and Entertainment Management in 2003, so I actually went to this school, but we'll talk about that a bit later on. After that, I moved to Hilversum and worked for a national broadcaster, the NCRV. It's the oldest national broadcaster. Worked for a television program called Man bij het Hond. Did that for 6 years as a producer and beeldredacteur. So that's roughly translates into image editor, but that doesn't work. So I'll explain it if you want to. But after 6 years of living and working in the Randstad, I wanted to move back to Friesland, and there was a vacancy here at school, and that's 10 years ago. And it was a contract for 10 weeks, and now it's been more than 10 years. So
and you're still
I'm still here.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a really cool introduction about yourself. But I think our listeners would like to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
So we have, I actually prepared some superficial dilemmas.
Yes.
So just for you, and Luc can also join in on that part. So just answer as fast as possible, I think.
Intuitively.
Yeah. Movie or book?
Movie.
What's your favorite movie?
I would say the favorite scene is the opening scene of Inglourious Basterds.
Ooh.
I also am a big fan of Pulp Fiction, but I think the intro of Inglourious Basterds is the best thing I've seen.
That's really nice, yeah.
And for me, it's kind of childish, but it's Shrek.
Shrek.
I love the movie Shrek.
Yeah. You watched all 4 parts?
All 4 parts.
Oh, nice. Facebook or Instagram?
I'm the old guy, right? Facebook.
Yes, still, because the
just purely to do this for my mother. I mean, she deserves a like now and then, and I'm the one guy that does that.
That's really really sweet.
No, I have Instagram, but I'm more of a gluurder, which is the Dutch word. I post almost nothing.
No.
And I watch things now and then. Yeah.
And then you do it on Facebook.
I've both got Facebook and Instagram, but that's where it stops. I don't have TikTok, Snapchat.
No,
any
exactly.
Of that.
No. Okay.
For me, it's Instagram.
Do you even have Facebook?
I don't have Facebook.
No, yeah, I thought so.
But I do have TikTok and Snapchat.
So that's a really nice difference. And would you choose luck or wealth?
Luck.
Yeah, I think that's... And speak or listen?
I think over the years it has become listening more than speaking.
When you were younger, it was more speaking?
Yeah, I'd like to be the center of attention in class, even though it wasn't always the case. I imagined it to be, so that I was super loud and super funny and super this. I always wanted to make people laugh and get the attention, but now that I'm older, I found the value of listening, basically.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess I'm more a speaker, but I like to speak after I listen to people, so I can make a tactical joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So actually, you're kind of the clown now, if you could say it like that.
Yeah, but I first listen and then make it funny.
Yeah, it should be slightly intellectual, right? So it should be,
Okay, well, perfect. That was our dilemma. So then we have a little bit more of an image of who you guys are.
Yeah.
So you already told us what kind of study you do, but you went here. So you are really from Friesland.
I was born and raised in Harlingen, which is a town near the coast. When you ever visit the Waddeneilanden, you'll probably go by there. And I've studied in Leeuwarden, and now I live in Leeuwarden with my girlfriend, 2 children.
Oh, you have 2 children.
Yeah, very young. My youngest daughter just turned 1.
Oh, congratulations.
Saturday. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Can you tell us a little bit more about the study itself?
Yeah. So I did HAVO, right? And I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I think a similarity between students nowadays and me is that we played FIFA quite a lot. Only I played FIFA 99, showing Dennis Bergkamp. And probably someone else is on the cover now, and the graphics got slightly better. But I gamed a lot. Like, I was addicted to gaming. And the one thing I had in mind when I was at school, especially in HAVO time, you know, I was 17, 18, slightly young in mind, I'd say. I wanted to go back to home and game, basically, or whatever. So I wasn't interested in choosing a study. And my parents were like, you have to go to an open day and you have to pick a study. And then a friend of mine on school said, I'm going to do the PABO, which is the primary teacher education. And I did that for half a year with him, and it was horrible. I learned that I don't want to do that. So we decided on a Tuesday morning here in Bilgaard, you know, the city, the mall. There was a very depressing cafe, and we sat there, and we drank something, and then we decided, okay, we're going to quit this, definitely. Then I did a office job for an insurance company, local in Harlingen. And then I also knew I didn't want to do that the rest of my life.
Oh,
and
that sounds horrible.
And then actually the same guy that chose the first school chose the second one as well, and I tagged along again. And then it was media and entertainment management, but I really fitted in there. Yeah.
I did PABO as well for a half year. But
cool.
For me, the same situation.
So stopped in February.
Yeah,
I
stopped in February as well.
Did you do an internship? Immediately. I think
yes.
they just sent you to a random school, right?
Yeah, before I did, but before the PABO, I did school assistant.
Yeah.
And I did it for 3 years, and I had 2 very boring internships, and one I fitted in good. But at the PABO, I came back in an internship I didn't like again. So at that moment I thought, no, I'm not.
We're not going to do this again.
We're not gonna do this again, right? So I quit it in February as well, but it was soon also in the Corona period. So we had a lot of homeschooling, so you don't had a lot of connection with your friends from school. So it was very sad sitting alone, behind your laptop and watching lessons at home. So I decided as well around February, I don't like this anymore. I quit.
Yeah.
And so how did you stumbled up on NH Oostende? Just online, like researching, or because you went first to the PABO? That's pretty a knowable study. But NH Oostende, I had never heard from it before. I really had.
You're
to
probably from the area, right?
I'm from the area, so it's.
Then it's
basically
Yeah,
I'm filling in. But
two choices. We have Leeuwarden or Groningen, and those are the 2 only options.
Okay, so you're just like, then I'm going here. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I from a friend of mine, I heard creative business. She was very enthusiastic about the study. So I thought, it's quite fun to go also to Groningen, but they don't have it in Groningen. So
I think the mindset of local, I mean Frisians, and maybe let's keep it for, we are both Frisian, right?
Right.
It's like we're gonna stick around. A lot of the people here just stick around, right? And I think the mindset of people from the Randstad, Amsterdam or Rotterdam area are more aware of the choices that they have. Like we can go. There are some, I mean, there's a minority that really wants to leave Friesland. But I think the majority just likes to stick around. And then you go to NH Oostende, it's the obvious choice. And NH Oostende offers a lot of different programs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think also I live in a village, and you're very into the village, and you have all your friends right there. I have
football,
the football club, yes, and you don't want to leave that safe space, to say it like that, to go to somewhere else where you have to also start again.
I did it when I had to do the internship. That was the time for me to leave Friesland.
Yeah, you had to.
No, I wanted to.
You wanted to.
But by then I was inspired by others. So when I came into the study, I was still that slightly young.
Because I think it's also good for your own growth,
Yes.
right? To like
Yes.
see different places,
Yes.
especially in our field with
No,
creativity.
it is.
Yeah, you have to explore also different companies. I think in Amsterdam there are a lot of choices for creative people, and in Friesland I don't.
No,
think,
not
yeah.
as much. But I realized that in the third year and in the fourth year we had to go on an internship, and then I was like, okay, I can do something safe in the environment where I'm in, or I could go
Yeah.
to a national company, and that's how I ended up with the broadcaster. It was my internship that got me the job,
Oh, really?
and then I stayed there.
So that's also a really good like thing to know to
Yes.
keep. Well, I think make connections is maybe a good thing for us to know.
If you know what you want to do in life, then picking the right internship and hoping to get a job out of it is a cool plan. I don't know if that necessarily was the plan for me, but you also have students who don't know yet, want to try out stuff, and then you should do that, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know what to do, a good internship is an internship where you know that you want to do it in life or don't want to do it. Both choices are good.
Yeah,
I
just
think.
figuring stuff out.
Figuring out, yeah.
Yeah.
That was also the biggest reason for you to leave Friesland for another assignment.
Yeah, I wanted to go to do something I wanted to work for television, and that seemed nice, and it was really nice.
Yes. Otherwise, besides Omroep Friesland, you have not.
No, I didn't want to do that. On top of that, I don't speak Frisian, so
You don't speak Frisian?
No, I don't speak Frisian. I think that's a bit due to the fact that I'm from Harlingen.
Luke speaks Frisian.
Yeah, but I'm not from Harlingen.
From you guys both from Friesland. I am from Amsterdam. So when I was choosing a study, I really wanted to go out of the city. I wanted to have a little bit more peace and quiet, next to the fact that it was I couldn't afford a house in Amsterdam, and I wanted to.
Who can?
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to move out of my parents' house. So I thought like maybe go to school, and then you Google and you start online. And because I had a MBO in graphic design, so I did know that I wanted to do something creative, but I didn't want to do that study again, because you also had that in on HBO level. But I wanted to have like a little bit more of a theoretical also, like that there's a combination, because I feel like when you go work somewhere, they, it's very nice if you can edit like a pro, but it's also nice if you have a little bit more knowledge. But then, how do you Google that? So then it was a few weeks of research and reading a lot, and it was also in the Corona period. So the intro days were all online, and so that made it a little bit easier to see a lot of schools actually. And then DBE was the thing that got me here, because I'm not very good in reading and doing tests and stuff. So for me, design-based education was the perfect fit.
Yeah.
And it is paying off, actually, nowadays. So that's why I live here now. Yeah. But if you could go back, would you have done things differently? Maybe choose a different study, or if you did have the opportunity to go abroad, would you do something different?
Only knowing that the consequences would be that I'm now at the same place that I'm now in, because I'm really happy where I am, basically. And I see a lot of time travel movies, and I don't want to mess up my own timeline, right? So no, but I think I would have went out of my comfort zone a little more. I chose the easiest route quite a few times, and luckily in the third year in the fourth year I chose for the internship
outside of Friesland,
and for a national big company. So that was definitely good, but I should have done that earlier. I should have moved out of Harlingen and rented a room in Leeuwarden and be part of the student life more. I think it would have given me more network, more friends. I have still good friends, and from that study time, one specific, but he was already with me in high school, So I don't know.
Oh, he
if
was
that
the guy
counts.
that
Yeah.
introduced you to the
Yeah,
Pabo
yeah.
and introduced you to his
Yes.
study, so that it was just,
I was in a relationship also very soon, so it kept me from doing stuff
yeah,
in a way.
Like you're just happy sitting at home with your girl on the
yeah,
couch. You
and
don't
then
have
you
to.
actually, Groningen, Leeuwarden meeting, and then you just consume each other. Yeah, you want to be with each other now and then.
Yeah.
And I think relationships, try to postpone them as much as possible. I'd say.
I don't have a relationship,
Hey,
so
good.
I don't know how it works.
No.
But you also don't really have the student life here, right? You always go back to your village.
Yes, I go back to our village, but we have a home with 4 other friends in our village.
So you don't live with your parents anymore?
No, I don't live with my parents
Okay.
anymore.
So
But I live with.
that's good already.
So you already.
Yeah, I have a student house in Veenwouden, but it's
Yeah.
it's quietly the same, but still not the same.
No, it's not
No.
the same. But but
It's good to go out,
Yes.
of,
Yeah.
out of your parents'
it's good
house.
to eat bad food.
Yes.
So to realize, to appreciate the things that your parents made for you.
Yes, you're eating
Yeah.
a pack of ramen for dinner.
Yeah,
and you're
exactly,
Like, okay,
exactly.
this is okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm gonna eat rice.
Yeah.
Macaroni with ketchup
Yes. No. Oh, you eat that?
sometimes.
Oh.
I did something far worse than macaroni with ketchup.
What?
Macaroni with apple sauce, appelmoes. Yes.
How did you come up with that combination?
I don't know. My brothers did it.
Oh, but
I'm
you
the
yes,
youngest.
also when you were a child as
Yes.
well? Oh, so it's the thing. Oh, wow. Do you have any advice for students nowadays? Something that, yeah.
I mentioned some important things. I think you postpone long-term relationships as much as possible if they affect your freedom.
Yeah.
You're already very aware of your freedom and appreciate your freedom, but I think this is the phase in life where you have to experience. So yeah, it's maybe you can pause it.
Yeah.
Pause the relationship for a while and then do stuff, because that's one thing I regret. It withhold me from doing a lot of stuff. So that's maybe personal, but
You live a little.
so that's
Yeah.
was from my perspective, because I just didn't realize how much there was because of it. But maybe keep the advice is basically keep your freedom, keep your freedom and focus on your freedom. This is the time where you can experience a lot. So you need to experience a lot. So do weird shit and go to weird places and say yes to very weird proposals and do all of that stuff, because then this is the phase where you know where the boundaries are.
Yeah.
And when you go over and you're not criticized as much for it, and you can do stupid things and can start over again. So explore the boundaries of life.
Experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the student time. And
I think that's great advice.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, Luke's favorite part of the podcast. I believe you brought us a song.
Yeah.
A song from when you were younger, right? With a memory attached to it.
The friend came up. His name is Aldert, and he's also a Frisian guy. He's from Franeker. I was from Harlingen, two towns that were always battling, but we got along very well. And I studied with him quite a lot. He was a big Red Hot Chili Pepper fan, and he kind of made me appreciate that music even more. He is a bass player. I did a music management minor with him. He played the band. We did the management. It was all kinds of cool experiences. But I remember one. I just looked at the year. The year when I was studying, it was 2003, 2004, and this came out, I think, in 2003. And I know that we went with a group to Hungary. Siofok, this typical student vacation, the Balaton Lake.
Yeah, I went to Sunny Beach, but
Sunny
that was
Beach.
in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
It's quite the same.
Similar. So we went there because of budget reasons.
Yeah, of course, you're a student.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in a bus. I think it was 30 hours in a bus or something.
Oh.
But back then, by the way, the album, by the way, came out, he was really, looking forward to it. And that's what music does. It kind of sticks to time, right? You can use music to get into a certain time. And for me, that album is stick to 2002, 2003, my study time here at Media and Entertainment Management, that vacation, and my friendship with him. And the song, by the way, it's the opening track of the album. Really cool song. But there's tons of good songs on there.
But this one really ties everything together with the school, the friendship, everything,
yeah, it's
and the experience.
It's the soundtrack of the soundtrack of that year, maybe even the whole study time.
Wow, that's pretty